Start. Going live. One moment. Ladies, gentlemen, we'll be starting here shortly. All right. There we go. Just start off with our disclaimer. I have something very special for you tonight. I ask that you pause this video and read this in its entirety. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, with all the promise, all the promise of success and great things to come and the easiest systems out there, there's a 12-year-old here who is finding some success. It is quite amazing when you put yourself in a situation where you have to maybe have difficulty explaining to your child why they should stay in school. I hope you make a very, very good argument for that. We're going to go through our Fireside special, and I am Mark Melnick, and we're going to enjoy it today. I am the Director of Trading Psychology here at T3 Live. So what we do on our Fireside, if you are watching us here tonight, is we pour a drink, and tonight's drink will be Boxer Grail. And there's a little note on back. Um, let's see, it says here, Mark, my eternal gratitude for keeping me out of the rabbit hole. Love and respect always, Rudy. And this is a member of our room, keeping him out of the rabbit hole. And he sent me Rabbit Hole Rye whiskey. How sweet, how beautiful. I am humbled and honored. Thank you, good sir. We're going to make a little bit of a drink here. Melnick, modest pour, modest hand. Melnick doesn't have the heaviest hand, and we're going to have a great show tonight. So, welcome to our Fireside special. And before we start, and I start showing you the emails and strategies and how we did this week, I had my best week this year. And it sort of surprises me because, I've been doing this 21 years, so I went through 21 of these Thanksgiving weeks as of today. I'll say that usually it's a very slow week and it's a very hard week. Um, I managed to do real well. But before we start, I want to thank you guys in the Newsbeat live room. Thank you for making us T3's largest room. Thank you for making us T3's most consistent room. Thank you for giving us the highest retention rate out of any service here in T3. I really appreciate you guys for just really being the best room around. I lean on you. I know you guys feel you lean on me all the time. I lean on you guys just as much as you lean on me. And I want to make a toast to you. God bless all of you and thank you so much for supporting me in this market, and I only hope to continue returning that favor to you. That's some spicy stuff. All right. We're going to go in. We're going to start the email now. I don't really vet the emails until somebody in the room was saying today that his 12-year-old is a trader. And I'm going to share with you the pictures and everything. And it's a really sweet email. And so this is I generally do not vet emails, but this is the first one that I actually um, went ahead and did vet. So we're going to just get right into it here. But before we start, we're talking about a 12-year-old trader, a 12-year-old right here. And let me just zoom out. And this is the picture he took of his 12-year-old trading. Not only is he a 12-year-old trader, he's trading from Singapore. And he's trading from Singapore, this 12-year-old trader, at night because at Singapore he has to trade very late at night. So just so you know, if you're watching, you wonder why You wonder why the people here at T3, why they choose our room to send their loved ones and family. This trader in our room actually sent his son. So just he shared a picture with us of his son sitting in the chair, listening to the Newsbeat live room and trading with his charts up. He is 12 years old. Let's just get right to his email. Hi, Mark. It's been a great year since joining the Newsbeat family. I had learned, fell, climbed back up, and continued my journey. You had helped me so much by answering my doubts and clearing my mental block. Now my average has improved from losing 3,000 to making 1,000. So his normal, when he was on average, when he had a losing day, he would lose $3,000, and when he had an average winning day, he'd make $1,000. Obviously, clear signs of failure, and everything. We did a very great psychological episode in our prior Newsbeat show, and I'll probably allude to it. So he was losing 3,000 to making 1,000, and now he loses 100 to making 500. Infinitely better. True signs of consistency, true signs of a successful trader. The only differences are almost all my trades are great whether they profit or not. That's the difference now. So even when he takes a loss, he feels good about it. Do you wish that you could feel that way? Do you wish, ladies and gentlemen, that you could take a loss and feel good about it? I do. I know it sounds insane. It sounds like, uh, what did Melnick put inside his beverage? This is a very common feeling here. My son, however, so he's losing 100 when he's wrong, making 500 when he's right on a normal day. But here's his son. My son, however, is striving. He had been learning and trading since last year with his ups and downs. Most of the time, and keep in mind, this gentleman's from Singapore, so like if you see the email not written in perfect English, I guarantee you he speaks the language better than, I guarantee you he speaks this language better than you would his native language, on average, right? Most of the time, he felt confused, like me initially, as most trading strategies had no conviction for him. See, this is a very important sentence here, and I want to highlight it. Most of the time, he felt confused, as most trading strategies have no conviction for him. You want to know how I instill conviction in people? What makes me different than everyone else out there? Because I could show you my P&L, and maybe people would call it, I forget, there's like a scientific term, like panty dropper, I think it's called, is the scientific term. Underwear remover. I mean, there's many different slangs depending on what part of the country you're from. But the point is, that's not how I'm going to instill confidence in you. That's a scumbag way to instill confidence in someone. I could show you my P&L. I could, it will, ta-da! Look, I make more in a week than most people make in a year. I could show you that, but that's not going to instill that's a fallacy to instill confidence. I could show you a big house. I could show you cars. I could show you the BMW, the Lincoln, the Lexus in my driveway. My Lincoln's actually being repaired, so that one technically is not in my driveway. I could show you all these things to instill confidence in you, saying, "Look at this lavish lifestyle I lead because I'm a good trader." I could do that. And that's what other people do. And it's evil. It's a scumbag mentality. And it's something that draws you in to get you on the hook to swipe your credit card. You want to know how I instill conviction in people? I do it through your own P&L. Look at your own profits. Look at them. That is where I want you to garner your conviction from, not from me, not from my face only a mother could love, not from him, not from her, not the three stooges which will come on at different times in, Mo, Larry, and Curly and show you something. No, conviction is done by your P&L. If you're not going to get P&L, you will never have conviction. If you don't have consistency, you will never have conviction. If you're batting 50-50 trying to make 2 to 1, besides for that, I showed a psychological study proving that that is a scammy mentality that will destroy the vast population of traders out there. That's not how you draw conviction. If you're batting 50-50 at the plate, you'll never have conviction because as soon as you want to size up just a little bit, you don't know if you're going to just strike out. But if you're batting 80%, 90%, 75%, 95%, like a lot of the Newsbeat Live members here, you're going to be like, oh my God, yeah, I could size up a little. And all of a sudden, you're going to garner that confidence. Ever since he learned your methodology and the Know Your Limit Mark 1 and Mark 5, truly the best education here, bar none at T3. Ironically, we offer this to you for free. And I'll say it's the best just based on the retention rate. This is what the vast majority of traders in our room do. And they're here. And they sign up again. And they sign up again. And they sign up again. That's why it's the best. Not because I believe it's the best and I'm saying it's the best. I'm basing it off of them, not me. He is totally excited. In his own words, this gives me understanding why I am buying options. Oh, by the way, he refused to buy stock saying it's not fun. LOL. Due to Singapore time zone and his lesson on the next day, he's going to school. So he's a kid and he's 12 years old. He's in school. He's only able to trade for the first 30 minutes before going to bed. He can only trade half an hour a day. During the initial period of learning, when he was in our room learning the system, his P&L ranged from losing $200 a day to making $200 a day. It was until late October, which is the start of the Singapore school holiday. Okay, I never knew Singapore had a school holiday. I'll take your word for it. He started full blast into the night or day in New York. He only trades till 10 to 11 p.m. So he's only trading half an hour, maybe an hour, hour and a half, because that's the time zone over there when the market opens here. Saying more than that, it's not fun. He doesn't want to trade more than that because he's saying it's not fun. Listen to this kid, he's 12. On average, he ranges $500 to $2,000 daily. Kid is a little Mac. Can you imagine this little Singapore dude over here? And he's like, yo, he's 12 years old. He's going to school. He's making more than his principal. You're crazy. Like, this is insane. This is sick. And he said, I'm going to continue the email. He averages $500 to $2,000 a day, striking his best day yesterday for $4,960. Most people here would want to go for $5,000, right? He refused to go on, saying that breaking $5,000 so soon will not be fun. I mean, I don't know the translation of saying it's not fun or like how it's being translated here, but it's hilarious. He rewatches and rewatches and rewatches your videos over and over again, concentrating on the Know Your Limit and Mark 1 and Mark 5 free strategies we teach you here. He totally front runs it, another strategy we teach you here, as he is still learning to use that stupid think or swim, LOL, and cut losses quickly when necessary. Well, I can go on as a proud dad. If your son's making more than you, look, it is every father's, or should be every father's dream, that their children make more money than them, that they have a better life. Who doesn't want that? Your son's making more money than you and he's 12. I mean, first of all, congratulations, you succeeded as a father. And he's in the room now. Bro, my man, you succeeded as a father. Yo, ding. You succeeded as a father. Your boy's making 500 to 2 grand. He pulls in a 5 grand day in Singapore. You're you are very welcome. Like, that drink is for you and your son. Wow. Well, I can go on as a proud dad, but I need to end it here by asking a favor for you. All right. So your son is following my methodologies to a T in a different country, trading a stupid Thinkorswim platform, making stupid amounts of money. And now you have a favor to ask me? You know, better yet, I have a favor to ask you. I don't know. Let's see what happens. He has been a great fan of you. He better be. Mac Daddy over here, pulling in loot like that at 12. And I am wondering if it is possible for you to give him a short call for encouragement during his upcoming birthday. All right, so he's going to be 13. Is that so? He's 12 now. Is he going to be 13 now, June? Is that what he's turning 13? 13? Okay, so he's 12 years old, but he's almost 13, ladies and gentlemen, just so we're clear. Do me a favor, buy your son like pepper spray, and any woman that goes near him trying to come onto him, just right in the face with the pepper spray. That's like my advice for you as a father. Like, just yo, back up, back up. Those girls come up to him like, yo, you're in the Newsbeat live room. Some be like, watch out for that stuff. His birthday falls on the 2nd of December, December 2nd, and we will be celebrating for him December 1st this year due to COVID with the big family groups. If you are able to call for a short while during early morning of your time on December 1st, which will be Singapore's evening, it will be totally great for him and encouragement for his efforts as the 1st of December also marks his anniversary in options trading. So he's an options trader. He's using it because he's doing my methodologies. He's just using options as a vehicle to scalp the stocks based on our algorithmic methodologies that we teach for free. And he's 12 years old. So when you hear all these people talking about these simple systems, tell me how many people have 12-year-olds that are on the way to become millionaires. I don't know. I can't really say many. I mean, I didn't do that at 12. If you have any good advice or goals for him, it will be great too. Yeah, I'm gonna give him a call. My advice and goals for him: one, do not talk to any women for at least the next 10 years. Woman gets too close to you, pepper spray, and make sure you don't like aim for the neck area or down, aim for the eyes. That's how you make a quick getaway. You aim for the eyes with the pepper spray. Yeah, I know, right, guy? There's no way I'm not making that call. I mean, I'm so inspired by him. Thank you so much once again for helping both of us. I will include the numbers below, and you could call these numbers using WhatsApp or any other apps, which is convenient for you. Thank you, thank you. Best regards, gentleman who wrote the email. Now, this is what a room with true consistency looks like. And it's not me just singling out a 12-year-old who is effing killing it. I mean, this 12-year-old, I mean, he's getting such an early start into trading. When this kid is 21, he'll have like 8, 9 years under his belt as a trader. Could you imagine that? Where this kid can go from here? It is absolutely amazing, and I am just absolutely humbled and honored. My best advice to him is don't fix that which is not broken. Take the money, pay all of your family's bills, all of them, especially your father. You take care of your father for the rest of your life. You support that man who put you in this situation for success that is really extremely unheard of. Even in the Newsbeat live room, seeing wild success is actually very common here. Seeing wild success from a 12-year-old, that's pretty rare. I don't see that every day. I don't see that. I've seen it with younger kids before, 12 years old, macking like that, consistently making 500 to 2 grand a day, pulling in. Yeah, I don't really see that too often. That is rare, even for what we do here, even with the wild successes we have here on average with the members. Like that, I'm like, damn. So my advice for you, you're 12. It's a video game for you. Um, I'd probably destroy you at any video game you and your friends play. I just want to point that out. If you need to be humbled, For you, I would do that for you. But my advice is let your father control your situation. Let your father control your situation. You're enjoying it. Let your father take the money and invest it for you. Make sure you go to your father and you pay every single one of your family's bills. Every single one. Do it every month. Now, you might be saying, well, maybe my father doesn't need it or want it. You're missing the point. I'm helping you grow into a man. I'm helping you grow into a person that you're going to look back and you're going to take care of your parents' bills. You're going to look back 10 years from now, maybe 15, and you're going to thank me. You're going to thank me for saying that. All right, his father is saying right now he's giving half of everything to his mother. Okay, now we're on the same page. I think this kid already gets it. I think he's a very old soul, this kid. He gets it. Totally gets it. So I want to say my advice for you, listen to every word your father says. And whatever he says, go in blindly head first. That's my advice to you as a 12-year-old. Father and son trading, son out P&Ling the father. Wow. I mean, I wish my kid would destroy my P&L. And half of his half to his grandmother. All right, so right now the father is telling me inside the Newsbeat. I'm going to go on to the next email and go on through the emails here through the thing. He's saying that he gives half of his money to his mother and 25% of his money to his grandmother, and he holds on to 25%. That's a man right there. Ah, that really made me happy that he does that already. Good for him. Hey, Mark. Decent month for me. Certainly comfortable to tear up a bit more now that after October chopped me up and took my confidence down. Also, I don't know what's going on, but ever since I got the sleep bracelet from Philip Stein, I've been waking up on time and not groggy. Every single day my alarm goes off and I'm just up and ready to go. What the F is this sorcery? All right. So the Philip Stein bracelet, to me, that's what I like to call, this is what I like to call brain hacks. And you could use promo code Newsbeat if you want a discount on it. But if you literally go to the science of it, I just want you to know that this is a very professional study. It's in one of the top journals, sleep journals on the planet, the Journal of Sleep Science. And if you're into these scientific terms and everything, and you could see the entire placebo study, and the results were the nightly adherence rate to wearing the sleep bracelet was 93.9%. 93.9%. You could read all this stuff, and they make tons of references. You could read the science behind it. Everybody has an opinion of what it is. Um, I pretty much know what it is, but I don't want to talk about um my opinion of what it is. Let's leave it like that. Not that I know what it is. My opinion of what it is. It's pretty much a communication with your morphogenic field based on the surrounding things within your environment and how things around you actually communicate with your morphogenic field and have an impact on your body. Was that a fine enough answer for you? Because I could delve further. So the sleep bracelet is obviously working for you. There's a reason why I recommend things like eating healthy, doing the right psychology, using trading hacks like this, because these things will make a difference in your life. That's why I do it. That's why I recommend it. That's why I recommend all the things I recommend, because at the end of the day, it's about you. It's about you at the end of the day. It's not about me, how much money I'm making. Yes, it's very nice to show that. I'm not here to, again, I want to help you become a better human being. The fact that you're saying I've been waking up on time and not groggy every single day, your alarm goes off and you're just up and ready to go, that's because you're getting good sleep. Your body, you're not even, some people, unfortunately, the human body gets so used to things like pain and bad sleep that you'll live and you'll just think it's normal. Like, oh, I get up out of bed and it's like, oh, I can't move. I mean, you want to know one of my tricks afterwards? I've just put on the right here, the Philip Stein wellness bracelet, also known as the Balance. I have it in necklace form. I wear that and I get up out of bed and I'm like, bang, let's crush this market. And I'm just like ready to go. It's sick. And there's a lot of other brain hacks that I do as well outside of this, but we can talk about that a little later. So, to answer your question, what the F is this sorcery? Um, it's pretty much a communication with the morphogenic field. Some humor, pic attached. Please don't be dirty. Some trader just sent me a picture. Um, silly. All right, let's go into the next one. Let's go into our next email here. Hi, Mark. Great month for me. Thanks for all you do. You got a West Side sign right there, even though I'm on the East Coast. I accidentally washed and dried my sleep bracelet because I put it in my pillowcase. Do you think it's still good? The simple answer is, as a generalization, yes, it is. Because I'm not going to go deep into what can hurt the bracelet, but washing it and drying it, in my experience, is a-okay. You should be fine. I leave it in my pillowcase too. It's the best place to put the sleep bracelet so you never forget it. You lay down, you put it like underneath your pillow. So like the side of the pillow you sleep on, it's like on the opposite side inside your pillowcase. So you just go to sleep and you have a great night's sleep and you wake up the next morning, you're fine. That's the trick of how to put it in. And he accidentally washed it. Um, you're fine. You're fine. You're good, bro. Next. Hi, Mark. You often talk about changing strategies to fit what's going on in the market. I haven't been around very long and wonder what some examples of that are/were. What was going on at the time that made a strategy no longer effective, and what was developed or pulled back out of the toolbox to keep trading profitable, to adjust to the change at the time? Could you talk about it a little? Thanks. So, um, it's kind of funny, and when I ask people, what percentage of you think, again, and I keep repeating it because I hammer this message home to you for a reason. It's going to cost psychological fortitude and help build you up through these conversations. I mean, the people who have the biggest effect in their trading, the biggest positive effect in their trading, all they do is listen to these videos. And we share with them. Sometimes if you come away with this video with just one thing, sometimes it's a lot more. One thing, it was all worth your time. Trust me. So he's basically asking, you often talk about changing strategies. You often talk about changing strategies to fit what's going on in the market. Yes, because the market evolves. Yet, these gurus out there feel like they can just teach you the same thing over and over again. Rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, and you're going to get the same results over and over. So what these scam artists do is they will literally they will literally show you a number, which is how much money they either made on a day, in a week, in a month, in a year, whatever, on a trade. They'll show you a big number and they'll say, I've been using this education system to produce this. But the problem is, a lot of times, most of the time, that strategy is no longer as effective as it was before. It's kind of funny how everybody agrees that the market keeps evolving and changing, but they think everybody's strategies could just sit there and remain stagnant like this. So yes, I evolve and adapt all my strategies. Yes, I can make a ton of money by just constantly flipping it into a new course, pitching. I don't even need to pitch my room. You guys will buy any shit I sell. Let's just be honest here. And that's why I'm not making a lot of stuff. That's why I'm not creating all these hundreds of courses, because I'm not here to nickel and dime you. I believe in genuine success. I believe in bringing you to the next level. You're part of my room. If you're part of my room, why do I need to nickel and dime you again to teach you what I do in the room? Huh? Oh, because that's just sort of the price of admission, right? It's like, imagine, you ever go to the carnivals? where you have to pay like money to get into the carnival. And then once you're inside the carnival, you have to buy tickets to go on the machine. And then if you're thirsty, you could buy a $3 water. And then if you want to play a game, you could spend more money. And just every step you take, you're just losing money over and over. It's like for every 20 steps, I go down $10. Do you want to go over there? Where do you guys want to go now? And that's how it really works. I don't believe in that dog and pony show that every single service out there likes to do. I'd rather have somebody say, you know what? This is the greatest room out there. I'm making a ton of money. If Mark comes and says there's a course that I need to buy, I'm going to buy it. When was the last time I made a new course, guys? Go ahead. Tell me. When was the last time I did that to you? You don't know, right? Boof's like, I don't know. Never. People, my room doesn't even remember the last time I did a course. Let's see. IDK 2018, LOL, Bandit, question mark. People don't know that. You have no idea what it is, and that's okay because I have no idea. Pavel's like August 2019. Fair enough. Yes, I believe in really good education, not the nonsense that is pitched to people. So, yes, my strategies change. You take one of my old courses with my old strategies, you'll be doing an old strategy. That's the problem with selling you education. Unless it's constantly being updated and evolved with the market in the current environment, you're prone to failure. And I wonder why that never clicks into people. I wonder why people aren't sitting there like, when was this course created? Oh, it's our number one selling course from the last, was made 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago, 25 years ago in a lot of cases. I wonder why people don't say, wait, if a course was made 5 years ago, 10 years ago, hasn't the market changed and evolved since then? So you're telling me you could use that same stagnant strategy always and just keep making money for the rest of your life like this? Do you guys really believe that nonsense? Be honest. I'm not offended. I'm not offended. But come on, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sick and tired of people lying to you. In my shoes. People in my shoes lying, straight up lying to you. Just like it's so easy to pitch you into a pre made course that's already set up, that's already fully recorded. Pay your money. Here you go. Done. Credit card swiped. Mission accomplished for the firm. Like, do people really buy into that crap anymore? Don't you want to demand more of your trading room? Don't you want somebody on, like, at night answering your emails, talking to you, evolving strategies in a real time, noting what's working, noting what's not, constantly looking to make things better, not nickeling and diming you every time they figure something new out? Putting you in a positive environment with consistent traders, putting you in an environment where most people are successful as opposed to failures, like every room, like every single room. I mean, don't get me wrong. The only reason why I know these things is because I failed. So he's asking, what is an old strategy that used to work that didn't work before? So when we used to do a know your limit 8 strategy on the 5 minute, we used to buy for the first 5 minute break after it hits the know your limit 8. So for example, on today in Tesla, we would have purchased this right over here. We would have bought right here through 595.43, and it would have worked. And it would have worked right over here. You'd buy through this level, but now we have a front run methodology that allows you to take advantage of the robots in a unique way that they don't teach anywhere on Wall Street. We have a way that allows you to get in earlier before you miss the biggest part of the pop on a 1 minute chart to start reducing it. And that would be an example of like waiting for the 8 to hit and then bam, buying for the next 5 minute breakout. That would be an example of a strategy that I don't do anymore, despite the example I give you here working. And there's a lot more to the market than just the charts. I want to show you something today that might blow your mind. If you're in the Newsbeat live room, you're sort of used to this stuff already, so it won't. But I want you to look at Tilray, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this stuff. This is a 1 minute chart of Tilray. Right over here, right over there, on this candle here, we came out and with conviction in my voice saying, the House is having a meeting, a Senate meeting, whatever, vote next week on the floor to legalize marijuana. Now, what happened was, just to give you an example why some people bought shares that made 50, 60 cents. That's fine in a matter of a minute or two because they're buying here before the stock explodes through the roof. You know what I was doing? I was buying these $8 calls expiring today at 4 cents. Just to give you an idea of what options are. So instead of just buying the stock, you're just buying an option. What's the delta? What's the theta? What's the gamma? What's the beta? I don't even know what that is. That sounds like Greek to me. And the only experience I have from Greek is a couple traders in my room in which I like from Greece and a bunch of smelly cats running around peeing on people's legs as they're sitting in restaurants. That's like Greece in a nutshell, you know? Um, but going back to it, I bought the $8 calls, talk about the Greeks. I bought the $8 calls at 4 cents, just to give you an example. So let's say you bought $800. I'll give you an example. Let's say you bought $800 worth of these options. You would buy 200 calls at 4 cents. 4 cents equivocates to $4 because you multiply it by 100. So you would bet $800. Now, if you were to buy, let's say this stock was at right over here around 760s when we call it out, like right over here on this bar, give or take 760s. Let's say you bought 100 shares. That 100 shares would cost you $760. So I'm going to show you the power of options and why you really, in my opinion, I don't know crap about options yet. Some people are like, oh, he's so stupid. It's like, no, we're not. You think that dude's 12-year-old son knows about options? He's on his way. He's building a path to become a millionaire. You think he's an options guru? So let me show it to you here. So 4 cent, $8 calls. And by the way, my system automatically would pull this up for you immediately after typing it in, so you wouldn't have to sit there and select which option strike. My software layout does this for you if you do choose my layout. So I bought spending $800 here, you get, 200 call options on a day like today because it was Friday. Or at $7.60, let's say you'll buy even 125 shares, whatever. It doesn't matter, right? Let's just say you get 125 shares and it costs you a little more than 800, whatever, right? So you buy it in at 760, your 800 shares, and the stock then goes, and this is in your account. So you're putting out, you have this money in your account, right? So it goes from 760 and you just make a miraculous trade. It goes to 824 in 2 minutes, literally 2 minutes after you buy it. Like, we're not talking like long hold. And you literally caught from 760 to 824. So what happens over here, just to show you, is you make 64 cents and you multiply that times your 125 shares just to pull up the calculator in your face to 125 times 0.64, and you made 80 bucks. You made 80 bucks with 125 shares. Granted, even let's even pretend you had 1,000 shares and that cost you 7,600 bucks. You make 64 cents, you obviously make 640 bucks, right? You made 640 bucks. You took 1,000 shares. Not a lot. $7,000. For some people, yes. For some people, no. We have traders in this account who build up their accounts into the six-figure range, several from a very micro P&L. Some people $1,500, $500, $1,000, and they get up to the levels in our room because they understand what true consistency is without all the scam and nonsense out there. Now, let's even say you took 1,000 shares. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, and you made $640. Nice trade for 2 minutes, right? 1,000 shares. You got the news flow early because you're a Newsbeat Live member, and we tried to bring you news before the majority of Wall Street, and you took advantage of that. You heard the conviction in my voice. You decided that that's the trade you're going to nail, like so many of us here did. Fine, you made 640 bucks. But this, right over here, these 200 call options that you spend $800 on, by the way. So instead of spending, so this, 1,000 shares, you spend $7,600, right, for 1,000 shares here. Over here, these 200 call options, when the stock went all the way to here, these call options were like 35 cents. They're like 35 cents, 30, 35 cents. I'll even say 30. They were more. Let's say they're 30 cents. So literally, your option went from 4 cents to 30 cents, or 26 cents in range. So in case you don't understand, those 200 call options you bought, you know how much they're worth? $5,200 in profit. They're worth more. I mean, you make your money. I mean, you'd make a 6,000 whatever trade, you get your money back from it, but it would be a net profit of $5,200 with an $800 risk. 100%. If the company halted and filed bankruptcy, you would lose $800. If you took 1,000 shares and the company halted, filed bankruptcy, and opened up at zero, you would lose $7,600. Just so we're clear. I mean, what are the odds of that happening? Very small, but you want to talk worst case scenario. I am sharing with you what the worst case scenario is. You lose 100% of your money every time, right? You don't lose more. You lose that, right? But people don't like to talk about that on Wall Street. People don't like to talk about that because these firms, these shops, they'll make more money on you trading common stock than options. So it's imperative to them in their profit system that you trade common stock, even if it's more psychologically devastating to you. Now, in my opinion, the vast majority of us here in the Newsbeat live room do trade common stock, but a lot of us trade options as well, and it's psychologically life-changing. And you know what? I treat options the same way I do common stock. I buy them, I sell them, just like I would a stock. The only difference is I have a lot more money to show for it when I'm right. And I don't need to lay out all this money. If I buy 50 contracts of Tesla at $5, I'm putting out $25,000. 50 contracts is equal to 5,000 shares. If I needed the money to take 5,000 shares of a Tesla at it's at 585 now. I mean, just doing the simple math, 5,000 times 585, it's going to end up costing me $2.9 million. So the leverage I get with options cannot be beat. And I literally trade it like it's a common stock. I don't understand the delta, the theta, the beta, the weta, the player hater. I don't understand those things in all honesty. And I've been doing this for 21 years. I've been trading options for 5 to 6 years out of my career. And I still trade common stock, don't get me wrong. But I just wanted to show you the difference and why. One of the reasons why so many people find success here, especially with um, especially with smaller accounts. Okay. Next email. Hello, Mark. I was I was wondering about your failsafe. I bought the UPS, it's a universal power supply, for my modem and router, and another one for my PC and monitor. Tested it, cut the power, and everything worked perfect. Now, what about the internet? You said you have a backup internet. How does that work? You have a hotspot device? I'm also coming out of here today and officially ending my rotation. I am just seeing the Russian as of now, and the X got brick tossed to the side of the curb. Gently. She's really nice and takes care of me like no prior ever has, so I'll give it a shot, but I will not let my guard down. Going to try and keep a back burner of potential candidates in case I need to start a rotation again. Bro, come on, player. This is what happens when you let 19-year-olds start making stupid money in the room. This is what they turn into. I need you to break up with every single one of these women. Build up your account. Keep going. Make that money. Brick tossed. Sick Tesla blessings today on the Mark 1 and Know Your Limit 8 one. Very, very, very nice. Thanks for the great leadership today. Okay. I'm happy that you're not, I mean, honestly, like, potential candidate is okay. Um, I feel you. I'm glad that you're trying to take one of your relationships seriously, and we got nothing but love for you here, Booth. But be very careful. I don't trust any Russian woman at this point. I mean, once you get divorced from one and you remarry one, you're pretty much that's it. No more. Okay, moving on along. Dear Mark, first of all, I would like to say how happy I am that I found you in your awesome trading room. Thanks to you guys, I have improved my trading quite a bit, as well as my psychology, which I never realized how important it was. But I am still making mistakes, and today I made a doozy. I chased Palantir, PLTR, and sized up on it when it was trading around $33. Almost immediately, it started going down very fast before I could to it, and it was a several $1,000 loss, and I kind of froze, and now I don't know what you mean by that one, and now it's a much bigger loss. So I heard you call out the information about Citron bashing it, and now I had a bigger loss, and the market closed with me still in it. Yikes, my brother. It's a good stock, I think, and I've made money trading it before. I bought the December 4 expiration $33 calls. All right, so the gentleman went ahead and bought Palantir today. Again, I can't tell you to buy or sell a security, but what happened today was Citron came out and started bashing Palantir, right? Here's a 1 minute chart. Started bashing Palantir here, and the stock elevated in volume and started dropping. I made some money with the puts. Pretty much, I think your issue is you don't know how to take a loss. I'm not saying that you should have or shouldn't have taken a loss, but I could talk about me personally. I can't legally tell you what to do. Personally, for me, um, if I hear somebody bashing a stock like Citron or anybody else out there and it's circulating and trading's here negativity on something, I'm pretty much not giving an F what happens with the stock. I don't care if the CEO is going to come out with a surprise press release the next day, or if something negative is happening, like the CFO was caught making out with the secretary in his office and, funneling money into, expensive wine bottles, trying to create his own rotation per se. At that point, I just stop giving an F completely and I exit the position because I don't want to be in something with negative news. It's going to basically put you in an increased situation of psychological damage. You see, it's not about the money. That's what people don't understand. Trading is not about how much you make or lose. There's a right way to make money. There's a right way to lose money. There's a wrong way to make money. And there's definitely a wrong way to lose money. What I think you're doing is you're looking at a wrong way to make or a wrong way to lose by holding this trade. You got stubborn. I'm not exactly sure why you sized up on Palantir today. I didn't think it was really size up day. I see the stock has been running and running. You probably had FOMO. You're probably like, oh my God, I'm going to miss the next big move and it's going to keep running. But after Citron came out, that's where you have to just say F it. I mean, not you. I can't tell you legally what to do. But the fact that you're holding this, like if they pull this thing down, and I see it's up after hours a little, $28, 28 cents right over here. I could clearly see that it moved up a little after hours here. And look, bro, that's cool. Like I get it. That's cool, bro. But at the same time, you went ahead and you sized up into something. You're subjecting yourself to so much damage. It's just not psychologically worth it, in my opinion. And people don't get that. People don't get it. Like certain things are just not psychologically worth it. And you might be like, oh, whoa, here's Mark talking about psychology and not worth it. What does he mean by that? Well, it's so easy to drop the word psychology. Like, what does it mean? Well, I'm glad I asked myself so I could answer that for you. How many people do things they know they shouldn't do? Not do things they didn't know they should do things they know they shouldn't do, like doubling and tripling down into a losing trade. Does that sound familiar? All your losses are bigger than your gains. Does that sound familiar? And I know a lot of you Newsbeat Live members who are profitable now came from that point, so you can relate with it at least. It's not that you're stupid. It's actually not that you're undisciplined. I'll prove that to you. 98% of traders fail. They're police officers, Navy, Marines, Army, doctors, engineers. You're telling me they're all undisciplined? Somebody who serves in the Army has more discipline in their left pinky toenail than you have in your entire body. So please don't give me the nonsense that these people are undisciplined traders. No, it's the gurus' failure of education that poisoned them. And they're coming in with these 2-to-1, 3-to-1 risk rewards. They're taking their losses. They're turning psychologically toxic. They're doubling down. They take a loss. All of a sudden, you go much heavier the next trade. Does that sound familiar? That's a result of being psychologically poisoned. That's why it's so important that you stay psychologically sane. You're going to find another trade where you potentially buy, and it's not going to rip down in your face, and Citron is not going to come out and bash it. So, what you're doing here is complete psychological suicide. Just so we're clear, in my opinion. What do I know? I'm pretty worried, and I wanted to ask, do you think they will continue shorting it on Monday or Tuesday? How the F should I know? And I'm saying this endearingly, and I say it out of love. How the F do I know? You think I really know what's going to happen? What if an analyst comes out and downgrades it to neutral from buy because it ran up so much? Then they might sell it. I mean, I don't know what's going through these analysts' heads, but coming here, you're looking at, on a daily chart, easily one of the more successful stocks out there. It just literally recently IPO'd on September 30th. The stock has been just an absolute animal. It's going to be, it's running into its second month of existence. The stock is sick. So do I think it's going to see? And now, just so we're clear, the psychological toxicity of everything I said before is already showing. I'm pretty worried. Guess what? You're going to probably be worried tomorrow, the day after, Monday morning. You're going to be looking at the futures. You're going to be looking to see what's going on. When in actuality, you have absolutely no say and no ability to do anything about it but sit there and hold it. And I used to be that person. A lot of us are those people, so I can relate with you. In your opinion, is there a chance it will resume its climb? Of course there's a chance. After the close today, it went up $1, so I guess there's hope. If it was down $1, I wouldn't view that as negatively or positively either. Whatever happens on Monday is gonna happen on Monday. If the market is down big, who knows what they do with this? If it's up big, maybe you get a bounce, maybe you don't. I would kind of be embarrassed to have everyone hear about my stupidity and they ask Mark, why wouldn't you tell me not to read in the S Mark then? But I'm not going to drop your name and you shouldn't be embarrassed. You shouldn't be embarrassed. This is nothing to be embarrassed over. This is a problem in which if we can cure you of sitting there and just holding on for dear life with the hope and pray methodology, maybe you could turn into something better. Maybe this email is exactly what people needed to see so they can grow. Now, granted, I'm not dropping your name. I'm keeping all these emails anonymous. And I don't vet these emails, as I freely admit. But since you do these anonymously, I guess if you feel it would be worthwhile, I wouldn't mind. But my main purpose in writing is to get information that you might be able to give me as to a reasonable expectation for what I might do next week. Again, thank you so much for all that you in the room do for us. I plan to be a part of it for a very long time. Best regards, gentleman who wrote it. Reasonable expectation. You lose 100% of your money, or you make a lot more of that, or it's somewhere in between there. That's a reasonable expectation. when you do these overnights. Anything else is unreasonable. It could go to zero, it could shoot through the moon. That's it, and everything in between. Is it bullish? Yeah, looks bullish to me. I mean, it hit all-time highs today. I mean, and it pulled in off of the Citron news. Now, I wouldn't want to hold something like this personally. This is not an overnight I did. One of the overnights I did was actually Baidu overnight. Made money in that. But from, obviously Wednesday to Friday, there was no trading on Thursday. But at the same time, like I have a very, unique system. Like our overnight's bet higher than everywhere else in the industry. Every overnight service in the industry, over all these services. Um, again, I'll take the Pepsi challenge every day. And you know how much we charge for the service? We give it to you for free as a member of the Newsbeat live room. Because again, I'm not here to nickel and dime you. I'm here to create true value for you, and not, pickpocket you every two steps of the way. A reasonable expectation for your stock. You're risking 100. If you bought, I'm assuming you bought calls. Right here, you say you bought the 100% of your money is a reasonable expectation, or it will be better than that. I mean, that's really the only honest answer. I think you put yourself in a very psychologically tough situation. I don't believe in holding on to losing trades like that. Um, for me, I cut them. I know so many traders are afraid that they'll sell a trade and then it will work, and they'll be so psychologically damaged that if they actually did something that would have worked, that they were stupid, or they didn't give it enough room, or they needed a tighter stop per se. And that's a lie, in my opinion. Well, again, it's kind of funny when people tell traders things like gurus in my position. Because for me, I like to keep it with the no nonsense, no BS mentality. And go ahead, try to punch holes through my system. Bring it. Punch as many holes as you can through my system. You know what I'm going to do at the end of the day? I'm going to be like, okay, here's the Newsbeat live room. What percentage of you are profitable? Most of you? How about you do that in your room? How about instead of telling me that your education is worse or better or is this or is great or is not or whatever, how about you tell me how the majority of your room is doing? How about you throw a poll? How about you throw a poll in your room and you ask them a very bold question. Not for the day. No, no. Don't ask them how they're doing on one day if they're doing well. No, ask a general question of how many people are truly consistently profitable in your service. Go ahead. Ask it. You know, like this. Just a very simple, modest question like, are you finding tremendous P&L consistency with my plays? Question mark. And see how many people in your room answer yes or no. And then after you get that, share the poll with the entire room so they can all see how your education is truly having an effect on others and not the two or three people who somehow make money in your service and nobody else really can. How about you share that? How about you share that? Because as soon as I share that, you'll realize that all these educators are not really good educators. These educators are nothing more than faces, front men that are used to pitch a system that extracts money from you. And I'll punch every hole in every one of these educational strategies out there. Yeah, your stuff's good? Run this poll. Why are 98% of the people leaving in your room? Why are 96% of the people leaving in your room after a year? Tell me. Tell me if they're so good. Tell me if your system's so great. Why? Because you flashed them a number? They got hooked and lured and then realized it was a lot different because you showed them an old P&L and they can't do that now. And now you're doing a million other things in which they can't keep up with. Maybe your system isn't simple. Do you have a 12-year-old pulling in almost $5,000 days, making on average $500 to $2,000 a day? I mean, I didn't even know I had that person until today. So, in all fairness, that wasn't fair of me to say that. But you, as the end consumer, you should be skeptical of everything. Be skeptical of me. Don't believe these words I'm saying. If you don't want to, that's fine. I want to prove it to you that you can make a life-changing decision within our service. I want to show you why. The majority of people and the higher ups, when they need somebody, when they have somebody who needs help in the market, the first place they send them to is right here and nowhere else. Why? Because they know the hit rate, they know the retention rate, they know the success rate. And what I'm thinking long term is that if I turn you into a profitable trader, you're going to be part of my service for the rest of your life, as long as you decide to be a trader, of course. That's what I think. And that's how I'm going to hit you up. Oh, I am going to extract money from your wallet. Please don't confuse my words and think like I'm coming to you like Mother Teresa. And yes, I am going to tell you to donate to charities and do a lot of good things. And you're going to hit these charities up with God knows how much money you guys donate to charities. Who knows how many millions, perhaps, that the Newsbeat Live Room as a whole have given to all these various charities in 2020. That's when I'm going to hit you up. And when it comes time to renew your subscription, I won't even need to hit you up. You're going to be the first person at the door. How about that for a marketing plan? How about that for a system and a service that actually serves you well instead of lying to you with a fallacy of false education, giving people stupid titles? Director of Trading Psychology. Well, what do? I read thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of psychology. You either like my psychology or you don't. Here's a fact: I did not graduate college at all, yet alone with a psychology degree. Yet here I am talking to you about psychology. I feel I'm a lot more qualified at what I do than other people outside in the industry at what they do. My opinion. Maybe I'm biased. So, yeah, sorry about this position. I think you're going through a hard time. I think you're going to be thinking about this toxic all weekend. I pray for you it works, but here's the thing: even if it works for you, it's going to enforce stupidity in your future. If you're putting yourself in a position where you're nervous and you can't sleep and you're literally, well, I don't know, sleep or not, but you're thinking about it all the time and you're going to reach out to me, that's probably a position you never want to be in again. And I'll be here for you. I'll pick up the pieces. I'll pick up the pieces from whatever scammy nonsense situation you put yourself in, or whatever scammy nonsense situation, service that you got baited into. I'll pick up the pieces for you, but don't get me wrong. You don't want to be in a position where you're psychologically shattered. And I say that out of love, and I say that for your growth. Remember, all the people you see writing in a good email here and there, whatever, these people were struggling and losing money in the beginning. Just keep that in mind. And they came with broken accounts, most of them. News flow, chatter, and other people's ideas, mostly responsible. Although early part of the week reopens trade. All right, so it was sort of a run-on sentence. All right, so here's the title of the email. All right, had a good day and a good week, but suspect that's true of many. Yes, welcome to the Newsbeat Live Room. That's like every week. Most traders here have a good week every week. So, yes, I think you could use this sentence 52 weeks out of a year. Newsflow chatter, other people's ideas, mostly responsible. Yes, and I'll say it again, the community is the number one community out there, hands down. I lean on the guys in the. I'm gonna have another drink for you guys before I continue here. I love you guys in the Newsbeat live room. Um, People like you make me over millions of dollars. Thank you. I love all you guys so much. You guys are my inspiration. You are. Call cliche. Slap me in the face and call me Sally if you'd like. It's true. Cliche or not. All right. Harry is saying, I tried to pay for 5 years of this service. They canceled my order and only could accept 3 years. I'm gonna be stuck having to answer your questions, Harry, for the next 3 years. Now I'm upset. We should like limit it to like one or something. Like that's gonna be hard on me. Um, though I don't do the strategies yet, so she's not even doing my strategies yet. The fact that you do may have helped me. Of course, it's the psychologically positive environment we put you in. So we help nurture and grow everything you do, even if it's not what I do. That's the whole point of the service. That's why we are the most successful service here. I see you do 3 trades on Tesla or Zoom or whatever, so I'm aware you're not always entering at the bargain basement price of the day in those later trades. So when I miss part of a move, even though not scalping, I now permit myself not to miss it all. Maybe others would define it as chasing, not sure of myself. I have to see what you're doing to tell you how I define it. For instance, you all were doing Moderna very early on Friday. I was busy elsewhere. By the time I looked at it, it was $104 or something, and you guys were probably mostly out of it. Permitted myself to do a 108 because I'd made money on the 95s twice. She's referring to options, 108 calls, I'm assuming, and 95 calls. Initially from the chatter mentioned 2 weeks ago. And it was also an overnight. We called an overnight. We called a swing overnight. If you want to see the best overnight swing service, it's right here, right over here. We called Moderna as an overnight. Did I hold it over here all the way to here? Hell no. Some people did. Hell no, I didn't hold it. But this is where we called it long. How about our $600 Tesla video? Do you guys remember that on November 16th? I came back and I did one video for you guys on Tesla going to $600. I explained why Tesla was going to go to $600 in my opinion when it closed here at $408.09. It closed here at 408.09. Granted, it was gapped up after hours with the S&P thing. I'm not taking that away. But I put a $600 target before any analyst came out of the woodworks and upgraded it as well. I want to tell you, ever since I did that video, and you could look it up, the night of November 16th, right over here, Tesla, and 8 trading days later, hit 598.78. Missed my target by $1.22. Want to talk about services here? Again, like I say, try to punch holes through what I do. I try to punch holes through what I do. If I'm doing something that sucks, ask anyone around me. I'll be like, it sucks. I need to change it. But all these services on Wall Street you see out there, like all over, all the pitching and whatever, it's just too easy. Just all you have to do is shoot the questions I do, and you're going to make their service look like Swiss cheese. Just going to be so many holes in it. And I say that to you because it's your money, ladies and gentlemen. You can blast it as you want. Don't feel obligated to stay in a scammy service because you paid for it and you have more time in it. If something isn't doing it for you, if the guru's not up on a Friday evening having a drink with his members. And by the way, I do this every Friday, every single Friday. Every single Friday, I'm here drinking and talking and answering emails with my members. I just decided to share it with the public this time. That's it. But I'm always here. I'm not making out with my boyfriend on the beach. My girlfriend isn't doing my hair. I need to be here for the members of this room. I need to help you guys psychologically detox. I have to help you guys decompress after a week so you could go into next week with a clear mind. This is all so important for your profitability. Yet people, they're like, show me the chart pattern. Show me your 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 favorite chart pattern. Show me the one chart pattern that you do that really rocks. I'm sitting here like, you're saying trading is mostly psychology, but you only want to learn a chart pattern? It's like you're on these dopamine binges and you have to like get that, like yeah, just give me the next stock that's gonna move. It's like chill. And unfortunately, people are stupid enough right now to fall for that nonsense. Go figure. Sorry, today I didn't do some way out of the money lottos, but didn't linger on that though. I kept my 108 till 122. Yes, that's one of the reason why I say women are better traders than men because she held her calls until 122. So you hit a home run in 17 quarters. Made a little on next week's 140s. I guess some people would have held that. Also did good with Novavax from your mention yesterday, although could probably also obsessed about what I missed with that. Had a 105 and 107, sold both pretty early. Novavax is NVAX off of See what you're talking. Holy crap! Stock hit 132 today. Woo! Yikes, sir. Wow, those Vax names are moving. But that was such a short time. By the time I was up to the 126s and 127, I didn't sell either of them. How can I say I would have sold my lower strikes right then? The 114 and 120 I sold for over 10. So when you add that to profit from 105 and 107, it was okay. Oh, home runs are okay. You, Missy, are a baller. As I type, I could wonder if you should even read this. It's getting a little long. Here I am. The one I could let myself feel bad about is CRISPR. Had a 120, bought that last week. Just because it's a FOMO stock for me, wrong reason I know, and didn't think to do tons of 115s late Wednesday or this AM when they're trading for nothing. Did good on Pinterest from mention about volume spike. So even if you don't do my strategies, you're taking a lot of the stocks, obviously, that we discuss in the room, and you're turning it into your own thing and capitalizing on it. That's a healthy thing. I try to look at my room like an all-you-can-eat buffet. And instead of having, the three stooges go ahead and, serve you and throwing pies at each other's faces and charging you every step of the way, I tried to put out a buffet for my traders of everything. And I really don't care if you're a vegan. You don't like the chicken, you don't like the beef, have the vegetable lo mein. You will like it here. There's a lot of things for everyone. That's why I give you guys as much as I can for free. Did good on Pint, did good on other things. I might have never thought to do this, but this is getting long. Someone could say, well, you would have not been able to do this on your own. And my response is, but I don't have to. That's correct. You don't have to do it on your own. You're in the Newsbeat live room. Too many traders out there are literally into the thing like, I could take what Melnick does, learn it myself, and just leave and stay as a loner in my room. And I say, you know what? That's kind of stupid. We put you in a psychologically positive environment. When the market changes and we develop a new strategy and you're not around, you're going to miss out. And all of a sudden, your hit rate's going to drop and you're going to have no idea what happens. And you're going to have no idea how to pick yourself up from it. And it's easy to think now when you're doing really well and whatever in our service and you continue to hit money that you never thought you could ever make before. And that's a really beautiful thing. Don't get me wrong, but it's the environment we put you in that is conducive for your success. Again, traders say usually 90% or more. If I asked you right now what percentage of trading is psychology, most people would give me an answer 70s, 80s, 90s, somewhere around there would be the majority of answers. So if that's the case, then why wouldn't you put the major focus of your trading on psychology at all times? It's a logical question. Why are you just so hell bent on the charts? That's everything. I'm just reading the charts. Are you making money every day? I am. Rounded up to the nearest very small number. Newsbeat Live members, a lot of us are making money. Most of us, from what I could see, are making money stupidly consistently. Is that happening in your other services, or do you run through like these huge bad streaks that last weeks and weeks and weeks? Because all of a sudden, the scammy education in which you bought has been rendered ineffective by the market. And nobody gave a crap to update it for you. And if they did, pull out your credit card. It's time to swipe again. Sound familiar? You do not need to do this alone, and you should never have to do it alone. The biggest hedge funds don't do it alone. The biggest hedge funds in the world aren't like, yeah, we have one person running the entire fund and he's the trader or she's the trader. You're not supposed to be able to do this on your own. Okay? You're not supposed to. You should have a supportive community around you at all times. Next email. Newsbeat live feed dropping out. Let's see this one. Hi, Mark. Just wanted to write in to ask about a problem with audio going out when you were calling out Tilray. I heard a T and then your mic cut out. Anyone else have this issue today? Just so I can look into my end to see if I have an internet issue. Thanks for all that you do to help us become profitable traders. How many of you guys heard Tilray today? People are saying no problems, no problems. Everyone heard it. I don't know if it's an internet issue or something hiccuped or you were listening to something or it was on your end, bro. So I can't really diagnose why that happened to you, and I am sorry that you went through that. Mark, next email. Mark, I noticed the FSR warrants that have a strike price of 11.5 are trading at a discount of 4.5 to the price of the stock. Do you know of anyone to contact to confirm that the warrants will be exercisable on November 28th? I mean, you could probably dig it, maybe call the firm in which call up your broker, maybe. I don't know. If I'm not even familiar with the name. If it's so, if so, it's an easy arb to buy the warrants FSR.WS and short the stock. Probably near impossible. Yeah, I think that's going to be the hard part, trying to locate the bar on FSR if you're wording it like that. But can sell deep in the money calls, which is the equivalent. I've contacted investor relations with Fisker and Lightspeed to confirm when these warrants can be exercised, but no reply. Oh, how lovely. You contacted people for information and they ignored you. I'm not sure if they ignored you because it's Thanksgiving and or if you emailed them weeks ago and they still haven't gotten back to you, which is uh, I'm hoping that it's Thanksgiving for the reason they didn't reply to you. I don't have an easy answer for you. It's an opportunity a lot of people can take advantage of unless I'm missing something obvious. Thanks. I do see a lot of these things like a lot of people were actually doing this warrant arb with Nikola warrants. They were shorting Nikola stock and buying the Nikola warrants. And a lot of people made a lot of money with that. I spoke to a trader who has a friend who made, I don't know, gross amounts of money doing that. Probably, my guess, in the mid to high seven-figure range. Um, so yeah, there are opportunities like that with warrants, and I'm just not sure if you're going to be able to find a locate on the FSR. And also, I would do a lot more due diligence if you're unsure of something. But I don't personally, I'm personally not familiar myself, but I do appreciate you trying to share that with us. I will look into it. Hi, Mark. Hope all is well. Today was my second red day this month. I'm averaging around $500 a day so far this month. Today I was up early about $640 in the first 10 minutes this morning, and that's pretty good for me. I thought, hey, I'll probably have my second 1,000 plus day this week or even a $2,000 day. That's right about where I all fell to SH asterisk T or shit. Um, yeah, psychologically, this is a toxic thought. I'll probably have my second 1,000 day or even $2,000 day. As I always teach traders, the money doesn't matter. And then, of course, you always have someone out there who will try to take it to the nth degree. That person who will always take that statement to like the nth degree and say, well, if money doesn't matter, how do I pay my bills? And it's like, that's not what I meant. What I mean is, if you focus in on the money, you don't make the money. If you focus in on the money, you don't make the money. And it's like, just focus on the method. I mean, you had a second red day this month, and I'll just show you. I mean, I know you're approaching this like sort of like I had a second red day this month, like almost like you're worried or concerned. Let me just tell you right now, like we've been through, this is the 20th day this month. The 30th will be the 21st day of trading day this month. So you're batting just, you're typical. To me, this is typical Newsbeat Live member success. You're batting 90% on your days. You're batting 90%. You win 90% of the time. The way you probably accomplish that 90% win rate, batting 18 out of 20, is you probably didn't care. You're not thinking, hey, I'll probably make more money. Why? Why would you probably do it? Why would you probably not do it? You shouldn't think either of those things. You should just say, what is the smartest thing I can do at any moment? You think that, and stupid things will dissipate around you. The consistency that you have will continue to rise. I didn't size down and I didn't take a quick front run loss from a Mark 1. Right, because, and this is such a key line here. You made a mistake by not sizing down. You obviously felt you should have. That's why you're saying I didn't size down. So I'm assuming that you thought you made a mistake. And you're saying that you didn't take a quick front run loss, Mark 1 loss. You know why you didn't do it? You know why? Because you thought, hey, I'll probably have my second $1,000+ day this week, or even a $2,000 day. And as soon as you thought that, that's when shit hit the fan. And that's where you blew out. I blew out my entire day. I pretty much became toxic from there on, since I haven't had something like this happen to me in a long time. I ended up taking a small loss on the Great Mark 1 right around 9:50 a.m. when my limit didn't get filled because I was trying to reach for more. I always take the money. I didn't because I was trying to make up for the big loss. So now, your thought, see, isn't it funny that I knew that was psychologically toxic and I stopped right there? And it's beautiful how you wrote your email because you're literally leaning on to the toxic things that happened to you. And all this happened. You didn't sell later, all this because you did something wrong in the beginning. You were thinking things you shouldn't be thinking. I should have just quit at this point for the day, and I usually would have in the past, but I haven't experienced a day like this in a long time. Next game, the Mark 5 front run loss still was sized fully at 10. Even after the two trades just mentioned were destroying my focus and mental state. What I learned from this, and this is a beautiful email because now he had a hard day. Now he's actually trying to say, okay, what can I get out of this that's positive? What can I garner from this information? What can I get from this loss that will help me rebound mentally? Take the next scammy 2-to-1, 3-to-1 risk reward trade? Take 30 positions? The scammy, I'm going to buy every single stock out there because a cute girl guru said that she was going to buy those 30 positions? You have to absorb a lesson from everything. You have to absorb a lesson from anything because if you do not, you are not taking the most out of your trades. Losing trades can be and are usually the most important lessons that you learn from. And by doing this, I can tell you you're psychologically doing the right thing this whole time. Continuing your email. The early greed thoughts didn't allow me to size appropriately, exactly, and wasn't mentally prepared to take a size loss that would wipe out my gains. I also know my average winners and losers have been around 10 to 15 seconds, and I held on to it too long, expanding the loss. If I were at, say, 5 contracts and only a $300 loss, I most likely would have been fine and handled it like I normally would. I usually say, just a loss, it happens, moving on. It is rare for me to take size losses like this, and usually they don't lead me to spiraling downward into the pit of despair like today. I plan to use today as a learning experience and refuse to dwell on lost money. Good for you. That is the right psychological mentality. You are basically coming out and saying, I refuse to let this hurt me. I'm going to grow from this. I know what I did wrong. I'm going to learn from it. And this lesson here is going to help me be stronger in the future. And that is the right mentality here. I hate the feeling that comes with going from green to red regardless of the amount. Most traders do. That's why these scammy strategies don't work outside our service because they're psychologically toxic. It's so funny when people focus on the mathematics of things. When people focus on the mathematics, like if you buy here and you make this much when you win, you lose this much when you lose, but you do it 10 times, 20, 50, 100 times. And you don't have to just bat 50%. You're going to make so much money, but they don't talk about the psychological damage you're suffering. And then people all of a sudden can't follow such simple rules and they tell you that you're not disciplined. You know, you're not disciplined, they tell you. when they were the ones that were poisoning you in the first place. Fridays, I am usually a little more cautious as well, thinking I don't want to ruin my week with a silly red day. Today I didn't, possibly because we had yesterday off and I wasn't really thinking clearly. I think a little extra microtoxic thought. I've been wanting a 10-figure month and thought it could happen this month. That would be $10,000. I'm by 10-figure month. I think he means a 5-figure month. Because my brother, as much as I love you, if you're pulling in a 10-figure month, that's $1 billion+ a month. But I'm assuming he means 10,000. And thought it could happen this month. We had a platform issues on the 9th, a couple holidays, and I more or less didn't really have a full chance of trading on Tuesday to bring my car into the shop. Even with all these missed days, I was having a great month for me and possibly could pull out an $8,000 month. I think this had an effect on me when I ate that fat loss. Any feedback would be great. I guess I kind of have an idea of where I need to be. Today just really sucks. As always, I can't thank you enough for what you do, Mark. You are the man. Love you, brother. And he shared a picture of his P&Ls. And he even showed a calendar here. Let's see what you shared with us. Mm. Ooh, right over here, that $393 loss in Tesla bit you in the behind. Look at all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you took a 10 contract loss, lost $660 here. On top of this, about $400 loss, so you're down about 1060. So you took about 1120, 11. You took about $1,200 worth of losses, and on the gain side, 340. I'm doing quick math here. 4, 5, um, 7. You lost about $500 today, from what I can see here, give or take. Not horrible, despite that you screwed up so royally. Not horrible that you took a $500 loss about today, from what I can see. Very manageable with what you're pulling in. And he even gave a little calendar. Look at this. If you want to see what a Newsbeat Live, I've never seen this. This is beautiful. Look at this. He literally shows a chart, a calendar chart of every single day in November. And the green days he made money, and he comments on them, and the red days he loses money. So you see they're obviously all green with the exception of Monday the 16th, which was red. And I'm assuming he didn't fill in Friday. He showed me a thing which he obviously lost money today. But let's go through it. So you could just see Monday makes 217. These are very small trades. You could do this with a very small account, by the way. $217, 553, 358, 489, 582, 24, 674, 501, 393. I just want to point this out, and he's also missing, he missed one trading day. I just want to also mention, when you get to this point like we do here, where you're just like making money every day, practically every day, you feel so positive. You look at life differently. You're a happier person. You know how many, I don't know, guessing hundreds and hundreds of people are like, Mark, my girlfriend, my wife, my boyfriend, my husband are telling me that I'm a much happier person, I'm a much better person. How many of you guys in the Newsbeat live room type in 77 right now in the Newsbeat live room if you had somebody tell you that all of a sudden you're in a better mood, that you're becoming a better person, like all of a sudden like you've changed and they don't know why you've changed. And it could be anyone. It could be a friend, a parent, a family member. Your dog is more like woof woof woof. What is it, Lassie? Woof 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 woof. I'm a better person. Woof 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 woof. I didn't pick up your crap in the yard. Woof woof woof. And it still smells. Like, yeah, so you guys get it, obviously. So it's a very empowering feeling when you do this. You can just see his trades. 217, and I'm not going to talk about the change afterwards. $217 Monday, 553, 358, 489, 582. Each one of these are a different trading day for him. $24, $674, $501, $393. His first loss, negative $495. 244 the next day, 762, 517, 332, 1093, 73, 366, and it seems like he didn't fill in today, but I'm assuming today was about a $500 loss. You're going to be fine. You have exactly the right mentality. You're making money so damn consistently. Stop looking at the 10-figure month. Stop it. Oh, 10 figure, 5-figure month. Don't look at like I can make $10,000. I know you can. I humbly believe if you keep this up, you will. Um, just stay focused on continuing to do what you're doing right. There are traders right now listening to this who would kill to be as consistent as you. All right? Really. So keep up the really amazing work. It's your second red day. You're batting 90% on your days. I know, like, all right, so a lot of people are batting 100%. You might, all right, 90, but 90%, positive days are great. Your losses are very manageable. Your wins are much bigger than your losses, and that is the whole Newsbeat Live methodology of education and psychology, and you're applying it really well. Keep up the good work. This is, and these emails come in today. This one was from the other day, the one I'm reading now for the first time. All the other emails I read came in today or last night, whatever. You get the point. Hey, Mark, question on Tesla. I love trading it now post split, but I can't get myself to size up. Still makes me nervous that a big drop can hit you hard, especially playing near the money options, which I've been doing. Any advice? Thank you. Yes, you're a consistent trader. Keep making the money intelligently and keep building that cushion. As long as the cushion grows and grows and grows and grows and grows and grows and grows, that confidence is naturally acquired. That is your psychology is naturally improving. Dear Mark, it did help when you said you took 10 contracts and it was embarrassingly small. There's so many puns with that sentence. I'm just going to continue reading. Again, clear and easy to follow commentary, which stayed pertinent. I'm sorry I arrived late because I planned to rest from 2:05 to 2:15 and then fully concentrate from 2:15 to 2:45 and then take another short break and refocus every 15-minute type of thing. It seemed to make sense to reduce the 30-minute pre-market in favor of concentrating on the open. Thanks for your emotional support and guidance. I'm going to put what you've taught me into practice as best as I can by using what you've told me in the pre-market so far and applying it by turning the information into actions rather than gathering more info before applying what you've already showed me, if that makes sense. I hope this clears things up slightly, as it can be difficult to guess when looking at things through the wide end of the telescope. Balancing entertaining the room to keep the broadcast refreshing and meeting the needs of so many different people in the room at once can't be easy. I couldn't do what you do, and I admire your ability to broadcast at a consistently high level for such an extended period of times. I think, honestly, like, I don't like watering down the service by tagging in other people. It waters down the service, and you have too many different things going on. And, a lot of those services, I'm not going to mention the service, but they have that one service where you have like 10 people that you could listen to. It's noise, and it literally tricks people into like, oh, I'm getting more value. I get 10 people instead of one. It's like, why are people so ignorant in trading? Why do they get sucked into the biggest scams? And then I move on. I think I'd run out of things to say after 5 to 10 minutes, and you're broadcasting while listening to your news flow, reading your news flow, trading yourself, doing everything, answering. No, 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 no. The years of dedication and practice, only few can achieve that. I've been doing this 13 years. Thanks for your help, the fastest improving trader. You're welcome. I do appreciate the kind words as always. I hope from what I can garner from that, that you continue growing, that you continue growing and getting to the levels in which you need to. So, how about another drink? What do you guys think? What were your thoughts? Does anyone have any questions? What are your thoughts on these ask marks? I'm actually I usually do this just for you guys in the room, as you know. Today I decided why not share with our brothers and sisters on YouTube and Facebook? Let's try to bring them something valuable. People are still thinking about their tradings. I know it's late at night on a Friday. While I had my best week of the year, I can easily just focus on celebrating and having a good time and going out and hanging out with my friends tonight in Brooklyn. And I can have a wonderful time right now and do that. But I'm here with my family. I'm here with the people I love. I know there are traders out there who are struggling in this environment, trying to get their feet on the ground. They're trying to support people. They're trying to support their loved ones, their families, friends, their people around them. And I know they need this extra help. I know they need this psychological help. I know they need this help to really try to understand and put trading into a business in which they can actually be consistently successful and happy and not dread looking in and logging in and looking at how much money you have left in your account because you're devastated by the losses you suffered. I know what you're going through, and that's why I do this video public for you, because there's so many people out there that are struggling. My work will never be done. And you know what? I love what I do. There's nothing more rewarding for me as an individual to see a trader who is struggling and then all of a sudden become a six, seven figure trader. To me, that is one of the most rewarding things in the world. I love bringing people to that next level. I do it pretty damn well. I do it pretty damn consistently well. And even getting an email from a 12-year-old, which again, I think there are two people in the room who are not legally allowed to drink. It's that 12-year-old and Boof. But in Singapore, they might not have drinking limits, so maybe it's just Boof. I'm not sure. But that 12-year-old, I mean, it's just that's pretty much my Boof check. I'm seeing if Boof is still on or he went to the bathroom. That's how I do a Boof check, by the way. But all kidding aside, of course, I love bringing people to that next level. It's very important for me to help people and fight for the community of people and traders because I'll tell you what, there's one thing that's common about traders. Everybody wants and loves trading forever. Even if they fail at it and they take a different job, if they succeed at it, whatever it is, everybody loves being a trader. You love the freedom, you love the things that come along with it, you love the if you're making money, you love the quantity of money you're making. You love the consistency. You love the hope. You love the dream of getting to this level. And if you're struggling, it could be one of the hardest things in the world. You have to sort of answer to the people who put their faith and trust in you. And they have to sit there and ask, well, what are these people really doing for you? You join up with them, you get hurt, and now, they leave me to pick up the pieces when you break down on, right in front of me from a hard week or a losing week, and you're all psychologically and financially broken. So how is that a good deal for people? That is what I want to change. I want to change the scumbag mentality of Wall Street. I want to change the you're here to swipey swipey. You could benefit just from watching these videos, whether or not you want to go within the links of the description and sign up for T3 Live's largest, fastest growing trading room. That's up to you at the end of the day. But at the bottom line, whether you sign up or not, I just am very happy to bring you this sort of value. So, on behalf of the Newsbeat Live members, on behalf of myself, Mark Melnick, I want to thank you for being part of our Fireside tonight. We do this every Friday. Make sure that around 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard, you make yourself a cozy beverage and you sit down with us and we go through lots of aspects of the market and we try to help you improve and become a better trader. So, from the bottom of my heart, hope you guys enjoyed this show. Happy trading, make money. We'll see you guys next time on the Newsbeat live trading broadcast. Have a wonderful